your boy King David, David Goliath Music, and this is the how to mix using FL Studio. Now the first thing we're going to do is start with our kick. Okay, let's just listen to our kick. Alright, now the first rule of mixing is there is no rule. Alright? There is no rule. So what you need to do is determine what kind of sound that you want in advance. Okay, do you want a heavy bottom bass kick, or do you want is it snare heavy? What instruments do you want in front and in the back and to stand out? What do you want to dominate the mix? Okay, so we have our kick. We're going to just play our kick. First thing I would do with that kick is listen to the quality of it. I hear that it has, and I can play it here, I hear that it has kind of like a twang to it, which I don't really want on my track. So what would I do first? Go to my equalization. Forget about volume and everything else. So I go to my kick, and I look here. We see that we have this link to the side chain. We'll explain the side chain in a future upcoming coverage of the side chain. All right, but for now we're going to add some equalization. So I add my Fruity 7 Band EQ by going to Select, Fruity Band 7 EQ. All right. Now I have presets already made out. So what I want to do is look for the preset that I need. I need more of a punch to my kick, and I got one called Knock Kick. So there we go, knock kick. Now let's look at the settings on that knock kick. First of all, we took some of the bass out of the kick. All right, that's going to make it punch through more and not be so dominate the whole mix. So we took it down by -3.1 at 63 hertz, and then we brought the 250K, or I'm sorry, the 250 hertz up by 2.8. We also brought up the 500 hertz, brought down the 1500th, brought down the 3K, brought down all of our highs. The highs, we didn't need any more highs in that kick. We needed more punch, which the 250 and the 500 gave us. And the 1500 begins to roll off some of the higher frequencies. All right, now you don't hear that metal twang anymore. Hear how it's gone? Now listen to it without the EQ. You hear the metal twang? EQ? You no longer hear it. That's the magic of equalization. You can really begin to color your sound the way you want it to. Then what we did is we add a soft clipper onto the track. The soft clipper is nothing but a compressor. All right, it limits the sound so that it doesn't go beyond a certain volume, but you still hear the loudness of the sound, but it will keep it from clipping. All right. So now let's play it. Sounds better, right? Let's take off the EQ and listen to the old sound. You hear that little metal sound? Take off the clipper. Alright. Now we can bring up our volume. Let's bring it up. See? Alright. So now that's one track that's done. Alright, now we can move on to our next track. However, we have to understand that it's still subject to change, because once we bring the other instruments in, we're going to have to adjust each one's volume relative to the other instrument to get the mix that we want. But now at least we have the quality sound that we need on that kick. So that kick is pretty much done except for changing the volume. Okay? Now, real quickly, I want to go into the sidechain channel, or sidechain control. Sidechain is nothing but a reverse gate. Right? It allows certain instruments or frequencies to pass through it, but only one can go through at a certain time. So it gives you a unique effect. So this way, a lot of times it's used with the bass and the kick drum. So only one, so they don't clash, and only one of those instruments get let through at the same time. So while the bass is playing or the kick is playing, the bass won't come through, vice versa. It's really an interesting effect. We didn't have to do it with this track, but we did, and I I do believe I like it. All right. Now I want to take you on to the sub kick. Now our sub kick, I wanted to add definite bottom into the track. Sub kick, and it sounds like this. You may not hear it. You hear that? Adds punch, right? So with that, we're gonna EQ that, but for now we're just gonna bring our volume up on that. Let's go ahead and play the track and see what we got. We can see it's only peaking out somewhere about a third of where that kick is. So let's bring that volume up more. Let's bring it to 100%. Perfect. Now, I want to solo that sub, and I want to go to my EQ, 7-band EQ. Okay, we're going to have to create a specific EQ for that. So this time we're going to make one. So let's click on that EQ. Let's bring it out here. Now what do we want it to do? We want it to maybe punch through a little bit more bass. So let's give it a little bit more bass and see what happens. Always do it gently so you can hear the difference. Okay, let's add that kick. Now we can label this sub. We'll go to save preset as sub kick, right? It's called sub kick 2. It's saying we already have that. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to constantly be checking our master mix. Now if our master mix is peaking, then we know we need to bring that volume down. Alright. And if we see that we're peaking here in our peak master, bring that down a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'll see you in the next segment. We're going to move into our snares. We're just going to take this segment by segment until we get a whole mix, until it sounds like something we want to listen to on the radio. Alright, it's your boy, King David. Beatclass.com. One love.